If
We are recording.
Just
Gelati.
cap.
That's what my camera looks like.
Oh, yeah?
Gelati.
That's what my camera looks like.
Bro's got a fucking Google Pixel.
No, I had one at one point. I had the first one.
Gelati.
I have a 7 right now.
Pixel
Alright.
7?
Yeah.
I didn't know there were that many pixels. What the hell?
Oh, dude, they're on 10 this year.
I remember the Google
They got
Pixel
skip
3.
numbers. They got to be skipping numbers, bro. The Google Pixel was my first
no,
phone.
they
I
just-
didn't have it that long.
They go so fast. I bought the 7 last year when it was considered new. They went through 3 this year alone.
What the heck?
So my ex-wife.
That's crazy. That's actually wild.
I love how that's gonna be like one of the first things we hear on the recording. That's great.
Sounds so happy that it's thrilled even.
Thrilled even goes crazy.
All right, Lex,
Hey!
Yeah.
are you ready to give us that cap that rees?
Yeah, you want your assigned position?
I
I'll
heard
do
this
my
was
best.
this is a pretty horrifying session.
Don't worry, we won't judge you.
Last session?
Was
Pretty
it not
chill.
last session that everything was crazy?
That's pretty chill.
Oh, I don't fucking remember.
Last session was the first very chill session.
It was pretty chill.
Yeah, it was pretty chill.
That's crazy.
So
had a
last
parade
time
and
we
everything?
played was September 25th. We started back up with everyone being kicked out of Balinette's house. Donis returned to his chambers and took Solus with him. Because he had to check in before the night was over. 3 dudes were inside, literally shadows. Adonis told them to look into Adam itself for him for other instances of stifling progress, and have, quote, the others on standby. He then entered an empty demiplane with Solus, and Adonis mentioned he bears no ill will towards deities inherently. It's just, they seem to stifle the progress of mortals with their existence, and thus the clashing. Solus should be safe in the demiplane because it is empty. It's just one he keeps for meetings with himself. Solus was worried about consequences, but Adonis assured that it'll be fine for now. Another door opened into the demiplane. We did not see. Richard saw this part, but someone else walked into the demiplane. Some books were left in the treasure room. He asked the other person to review them. Adonis explained that explains the day's events to the mystery person, who created memory scrolls. Mystery person then left. Adonis will probably be sleeping here in the demiplane. Solus is welcome to stay. And also, we should probably get Adonis a nice outfit for the masquerade. And he says, oh, right, I remember this. I know just the place to get you things. Never mind, that was in Yuldava. I know the second best place. Hawk asked the Dominant for help with the masquerade because he doesn't know what the fuck to wear. Arik agreed to help and agreed to meet Hawk tomorrow evening at the tailor's. Zara continued his plans and went back to the cabaret because he had connections to make. He wanted to play his music. The cabaret wasn't very full, but then he rolled a fucking nat 20 for performance, and the cabaret became full, and literally Zara changed the face of music forever.
Bye bye.
Literally redefined music forever. With his
My bad.
performance, he
Created
tried to
jazz.
convey
You like
the
that?
idea of bettering yourself, defining yourself, and not letting anyone else define you, evolving. Zara lured people in with his playing like a siren song. And also it literally ruined music for anyone who saw it because nothing will ever compare, ever again. Everyone was weeping and nearly crawling on the stage. There's money everywhere. And Kira Dune, our girl, was there watching Zara, staring at Zara like a cut of fuckable meat is the exact quote.
What?
Yes. We were all like, get it, get it, get it! She flirted hard and said that she hopes Zara dances as well as he plays music. There was quite a bit of flirting. Zara left the club and teleported to the roof he originally played music on in the first session. He looked down at the streets, wished the city goodnight, and slept on the roof. We moved over to Bellinet, Maria, and Arik, who were playing dress-up times. We learned a couple things that were concerning. Apparently Maria's dress for the masquerade is a living dress of demon skin that is spun down. She has a really interesting mask as well. That was a little familiar to Bellinet, but I didn't roll high enough to really figure that. Maria intends to look intimidating at the ball. Also, the dress took 3 years to make, but it's been ready for 6 months already. And she knew that it would be for this ball in particular, years ago. She was with the squad that had to kill demons in the Abyss for the materials. Bellinet asked, how did you know it was going to be for this event in particular, like that long ago? And she just said, you know, I was guided. I had visions. I just knew. So Bellinet helped place more roses in the mask, and then tried on her own dress from the Dominette. It's very, very pretty. And then, yeah. In the morning, Zara and Bellinet go to the tailor's in the Central District. It's Gregory the Tailor, who's a little goblin with a giant powdered wig and powdered hands. Very extravagant. Adonis and Solus entered as well. Measurements were taken. The silly shit happens. The bro bakes pies and had us all try some. We all got 10 temp HP if we tried the pies.
Yeah, what were the pies made of?
I don't know.
So,
This is apparently the famed tailor who does work for Diamond, Platinum, and all the higher echelons. Well, him and about 9 of his simulacrums. I have a simple note here that just says Solus does not like Bellinet. Today is the official start of People's Week, and there's going to be a parade at noon. At this point, Bellinet remembers, oh yeah, the Keepers are going to be marching in that parade and need to be prepared, oopsie doopsie. So she lets the other Keepers know. There is a bit with, Don Key. Fae aren't supposed to be in a Dom without an express passport, but it disappeared. All of us then took our places at the parade eventually. It was the centerpiece of the week's festivities, especially the opening ceremonies. There was a whole thing about the parade that Mason wrote up. I have it as a completely separate page in my notes. Each echelon is represented. There was floats for everything. There's a lot of really cool things in the parade, including a nearly 20-foot tall automaton who Seraphine Lior was standing beneath it flexing at everyone. Let's see. There's lots of other stuff. There's a replica of the city's main power core, which we noted, if this was compromised, it would be like 100 nuclear bombs. There's a military procession, there's tanks and constructs. A float at the end of the parade is the Guardian of Humanity, which very obviously was Softcom and had to be changed to be more faceless. There's one unified message from the parade, which is that the gods did not build this world, we did, and that humanity must prevail. There's a pride in the air of being mortal, and could the gods ever feel what this feels like? Knowing that even with the possibility of death, the things we can make rival or surpass them. They can only shape, we create. Things have never felt so equal. Interesting little note, Jonas was wearing beautiful armor with names on it. Has never been in the military, though. The names were all the peasants and people who have died to starvation or sickness in the city of Adam. Only Hawk and Adonis noticed this. It was his own little way of protesting. Jonas did not look happy. It's the sense of, you could have done this all along and it wouldn't have been a problem. Adonis and Hawk had a discussion of all kinds of stuff. Yuldava, strength, the parade. Hawk thinks the parade's a waste of time, so does Adonis. We shouldn't need a people's guardian. All people should be their own guardians, basically. Everyone should be strong. You shouldn't need to rely on just one person. Adonis thinks this should be the last People's Week. They have a nice conversation.
Will be.
Solus was watching the parade from a high vantage point away from others. Kaleidoscope of feeling going on there. Disdain, disgust, hatred, confusion, even like a foreign pride. Jonas, we go back to. Jonas wants to care, but there's anger. Also, it looks like there are prayer scripts attached to his armor, but they're actually notes written from dead children and elderly and others who can't fend for themselves. Platinum people kept coming up to him to look at the armor, would see the names in the notes, and then walk away. The notes were also not from a Dom, nor were they new. Oh shit, yeah, this is where I started getting busy with RP. Bellinet approached Jonas to talk, learned a lot of information. Jonas's real name is Ashtorel. He fought with Zariel, apparently, and he's from Elturel. Interesting shit there. I did not write down anything from that conversation because I was busy. I just have a thing that says, add here, lots of good info. Let's see. They have a big conversation. There's lots of info there. Bellinet goes back to Adonis and Hawk to tell them that something funny is going on with Jonas because she noticed that he had a complete personality switch towards the end of their conversation. Also, his eyes were glowing, and he had runes. Was it on his skin?
Yep.
Yeah. So she goes back to tell Adonis and Hawk, hey, something's going on with Jonas, except... oh yeah. When Adonis replies and is like, yeah, what's going on? Bellinet heard a foreign language. And when she told them, hey, what do you... That wasn't Ottomani, Adonis and Hawk heard Bellinet speak something nobody should ever be able to speak. So there's weird shit going on. Bellinet tries to repeat what she heard from them, but it was just Ottomani with an old accent. So, Hawk looks around at this point and notices that Maria is staring at him from a bit away, directly at him, and she waved. Just a little creepy. There's a figure, also sees a figure with large wingspan and a sword standing on a high-rise rooftop watching from above. Platinum blonde hair. There's more of them in different spots too. So Hawk realizes, oh shit, there are angels. We go back to Solus, who's watching. Solus has to make a dex save because something tried to tether around their ankle. It was a bolus. They headed south from the direction of where it was thrown, looking out over the buildings, and spotted angels fighting devils and demons. And nobody else could hear it because they were trying to be quiet and trying to hide it. Solus debated joining either side and then went back to their seat. They made a wisdom save against themselves for whether or not they should join the battle. Heard a voice say, you had a chance, Solus. I don't offer many of those. I understand why you doubt, but you were afraid once too, and I still chose you. Silence. Angels flew south toward one spot. Nobody else saw. Adonis and Hawk, however, were meant to. A feather floated down with a radiant aura and landed between Hawk, Adonis, and Bellinet. Adonis flew off to investigate and scout. An angel told him to go back to the festivities because they're trying to keep things on the down low. And a devil told him, hey, tell that pig, that eyeball freak, that daddy wants them back. Adonis asks who sent the angels, and one of them is like, oh, the Dawnfather. Yeah, it's chill. I missed some shit here because, again, I have a bracket that just says add. But at some point we go back to Zara, who broke into Jonas's house and waited for him to get home. Jonas has a large glaive that he can summon. Interesting. He threatens to call the guards when he gets home because he's like, why the fuck are you in my house? Zara's like, why are you mad, bro? I'm here to give you money, actually. He set 10,000 gold in front of him and was like, you could have this. Let's just make a deal. Jonas made it very clear that he does not like the brothers. He calls them monsters. Zara tries to talk, but doesn't do that great. Says he doesn't care if he's a villain or not, as long as it helps people. He admits he has killed a lot of innocent people, and what he's done isn't justifiable, but he would do it again if given the chance. The ends justify the means, and he will not be weak or stupid or childish ever again. He's free to do what he wants to do, and right now, he wants to help people. Jonas is not happy with how he talks because he is downplaying atrocities from Yuldava. He's pissed off. Zara doesn't care or pay much attention. She's like, anyway, I'll come back in a few weeks to keep giving you more money. And Jonas is like, kindness and mercy are always a choice, but doing kindness to pay alms and atone for your lack of mercy is just hypocritical. Zara doesn't think he's doing any sort of atonement, however. Jonas threatens to hunt the brothers down if more innocents die, for the mercy of the dead. And Zara says, well, I hope you don't go down my path. He notices a twinge in Jonas's eyes of someone who is killed and who hates it. Zara then, as he leaves, tells his servant Aru to keep an eye on Jonas for at least a week to make sure he stays safe. And that is where we ended.
That's exactly where we ended. So, where we are going to pick up is going to be... say the festivities are starting to die down. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do in Square? Any questions you guys wanted to ask anybody? Anything like that before we start to move on?
Is Maria still around?
Yeah, she is.
I'd walk up to her.
Alright.
They're taking that hit.
No.
Hi.
I was just trying to... gotta get into the... Maria.
Let me go with you, Hawk. I'm just gonna stand there idle animation.
If you want to know how to get into Maria really good, just say, what a wonderful garden.
What a wonderful garden. Pleasure.
There it is.
Good to see. Awesome. It worked. She is right there. You can go speak to her.
Howdy, miss.
Hawk. Aaron Hawk. Nice to see you. Are you enjoying the festivities? To say the least.
It's, mighty fine. Mighty fine. How about yourself? I was just gonna ask you the same thing.
Oh, I find it lovely to see all the progress, honestly. I find it very, how do we say, progressive. There is a lot of different aspects to the city that I never really grasped in my time here. Not much at all. I
Right there.
love seeing all the people together, unified under one. It's quite nice.
It's quite the sight, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, this was my first big event. A recent memory of being in a big city, at least.
Very fair. There has not been too many events that happen inside of a dome when it comes to large unification, of course. I really like seeing all of the different people enjoying themselves, for lack of a better word. They seem to be happy. Just kind of the big thing that we're always looking for anyway. I hope it stays like this. And I don't know what you and the Dominant have planned for your outfit, but I'm very excited to see it. I take fashion very seriously, and I would love to see you in something more stylish. I think you do
Well,
quite
you're
well.
welcome to join.
You're quite I will be willing to join.
3 sets of eyes.
Yes.
3 sets of eyes is always nice.
I have a very good fashion sense, so
I can see that.
I would be very happy to. And you have a very good figure. Broadsword is very handsome. There's a lot of
that.
things that could go well on you.
Fuck. My cigar, I can't find it. No, never mind. There we go. Might have fine of you to say that, miss. Couldn't help but notice you just hanging around in the crowd, so figured I'd come see how you were doing.
I like to mingle. It allows me to get different views, perspectives. Talking to more common folk is always nice, especially people who, frankly, that will be able to attend that ball this year, which is quite lovely, to say the least. I like seeing new faces. A couple of people I've handed a couple of bits of money to and gave them my writ to get some outfits and things like that in order to
Is that right?
sprucing themselves up a little. The balls kind of has more expensive tastes, and luckily Gregory does very good work. Many of the people in
Can't let
Platinum
this
might...
Gregory here
What did you say?
talking about. Oh, I haven't met this Gregory you're talking about.
Oh, you will love him.
Let's see. I'm not.
You will not. Very strange lad. Very good work, though. Little strange, to say the least. Does make a very good pie. You'll notice a few of them. The magically inclined.
I see.
And, you'll want to dust yourself off from powder after you're done. You might notice handprints and points you didn't notice before, and maybe a couple on your ass. But,
Wow.
He's covered in
What?
cocaine.
yeah. Yeah.
I weren't expecting all that, but appreciate the fair warning.
Yes, you tell him politely to stop, he will happily. It's just, he likes to.
Okay. I see. Pansy.
Also, be careful when some of the pies that you eat, he and meat and social norms when it comes to meat, specifically, he doesn't quite understand that there are some things people don't eat, like relatives, dwarves. But the fruit pies, like the pumpkin, the blueberry, that type of stuff, phenomenal. He makes them very well.
Duly noted.
Yes. He gets away with a couple of things because he doesn't hurt anybody. He just eats his relatives.
Okay. You should know. Good thing I don't really know many of mine. But
You've probably eaten people on your travels on accident.
Miss Maria, I don't want to think about that.
How do you just say that?
What? I've done some traveling myself. Occasionally, you'll have to.
Have you eaten people, miss?
Yes, not on purpose, of course. I was out traveling and taking in sights, and occasionally go into some tribe of lizard folk, and they don't really care where meat comes from. Is meat's meat. Next thing you know, I found that I was eating an elf. Didn't know. It
Takes a
happens.
long drag from a cigar.
I do have to say it was quite tasty, regrettably.
Alright. Learned some stuff today.
Everyone's like, ah! Ah!
Shoot that guy.
Mod's cool, that guy. Well, I won't keep you long too much now. Just wanted to say howdy.
Of course. I will see you later this evening then, so we can go shopping.
Yes, that will be quite the experience for all of us, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Take a bath.
Okay. Ma'am, it's in my hat. I'm gone. Keeping an eye on her, my 360 vision. She just trailing off. walking off, or
With
staring?
your vision, you notice she kind of has this weird, uncanny way of staring at you even through a crowd.
Noted.
Just locked on, even when you're between people. She just knows you're there. Can just find you directly.
I don't like that. But all right, not much I can do.
This is Maria right now.
More for me, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Let's go take a fucking bath. God damn it.
The social pressure wins.
Take one whiff of your pits. Bath is needed.
Yikes. Oh boy.
You don't get them super often when you're on the road, so it's kind of hard to remember that they're kind of a necessary thing when
I'm just
you're
used to the stank.
Yeah, used to the pheromone maxing.
No, you can't say that.
I hate
Kill
that.
Hawk. Kill Hawk.
Kill Mason. What are you talking about? Come on now.
Kill Hawk.
What if we all killed Chester?
Kill Jester.
Cowboy.
Kill Jester.
Kill Cowboy.
Kill Ranger.
Kill Ranger.
All right.
That's all I wanted.
Anybody else?
I'm just waiting around for the group to reconvene in the open area. I'm just chilling.
I have no idea where I am.
You're in the open area with everyone else.
Mm.
Constantine makes a glorious return. Is
Yeah.
his back okay?
No, it's
Wake
never
up on the
okay.
right side of the bed.
He
this
goes-
morning?
Was his hit Faith? Is it done being
Fixes
shattered?
his spine.
Every time that we would say you were awesome, where we just had you complaining about another part of your body. Literally.
I have that auto-injected syringe of regeneration every day, just so my body stays together.
AKA a cortisone shot.
I'm not even 4 years old yet. I'm just there. then.
38 going on 78.
It's not like I'm seeking anyone out, so.
I'm just staying there in the open area,
You-
smiling.
Solus is gonna dap Constantine up, dude.
What the fuck? Who are
I'm
you?
gonna-
You've never seen this dude in your life.
We've never
No,
interacted.
you haven't. You haven't, El Terrell.
El
But
Terrell.
Yeah, barely. I was there for that part.
I know Zara wants to do one more thing before he goes to bed.
Well,
I'm
we're,
gonna break it to
well,
Maria's
we're
house.
still. It's not bedtime yet. But yeah.
There's a
Okay.
couple
Maria's
things.
house.
I have a few
Going
more
on.
houses I need to break into.
Solus.
I want to become
uh,
the city's greatest thief.
Zara
Gray
becomes
Fox.
Catwoman from Batman.
But
Breaks
you're
in.
giving people money. How is that thieving, Zara?
He's like Robin Hood.
Opens their safe, puts 10 doesn't go in there and leaves again. And they walk in. Curse you, mystery benefactor! I'm so wealthy now, I can't stand it.
They're gonna tax this. They're gonna tax this. No,
They're
no,
gonna
no.
tax the shit out of me now, you motherfucker!
I'm in the top 1%. Curse you!
This puts me over.
Solus is going to. I assume like most of the group is still near each other or like convened somewhat.
Yeah.
So Solus is going to belling at him in your mind, belling at him in your head, I'm in your fucking head. I'm
Oh
talking
God!
to you
Oh
directly.
God! The dude who hates me. What?
Bitch runs away.
You hear
The mental of a middle finger comes in there. It's just Billy. It's gone again.
this is gonna bounce between a few people, but to start, Bellinet, you hear like an echo chamber of this confusing feeling bouncing around before it meets in the middle of this spot, and a direct voice comes to you, not the whispers, not a voice bouncing around, but just a direct line that says, "Are you a threat?"
She looks around
Solus is staring at her.
from above.
No, they're all
Guys,
together, I
stick right
thought.
there.
Okay, you were on a rooftop before.
No, he walked
so-
up.
No, we met up. We met up.
Yeah, he walked up after the
Okay,
attack.
okay.
He just strolled on up while we were talking about it.
Okay, cool. She looks around, startled, and goes, Oh, hi.
You're still here.
Oh, they're still here. Okay. I was going to reply out loud, just kind of look at you and go, excuse me?
Are you a threat?
No? I don't know. No?
They cock their heads. Their heads? Yeah, they cock
Yeah,
their
they have
head.
multiple heads.
They have multiple heads now. Yep, cannon. They cock their head,
Cock!
and still just to
Cock
you.
their head.
Doom, doo, 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 doo,
Oh,
doom.
come on.
Sorry.
Why was Asmodeus afraid of you?
What?
They lean in. Why was the Lord of Hells afraid of you?
I'm flattered, but I don't know what you're talking about at all. Maybe you have someone else?
They shake their head.
Dang, he starts headbanging? That's crazy.
Try not to headbang.
They lift a finger up, kind of just like half elbow width, just like going. You. It was you.
What? Okay, what are you talking about? Like, I genuinely, I don't know. Was this when you ran?
They nod. That was not voluntary. Voluntary.
Oh, I don't know.
The Lord was afraid of you.
I'm very flattered, but I was just thinking about how I did not want my house to explode.
They wince their eyes. Does that manifest in a shattered mirror?
What? What? What?
Do you think about mirrors often?
He said doo doo.
I was thinking the
I-
same thing.
For fuck's sakes.
No. No, I don't think so, no. And again, she's speaking this out loud, so if you're talking in her head, it's a one-sided conversation.
It is a one-sided conversation, and
Where
Solus
she looks
points
at
at her a
the-
few times.
She looks at the others and shrugs and says, I don't... Do you hear them? Oh. Well, no. I have no idea.